Good evening, students. Welcome to Social Science class. I'll continue the chapter. In this chapter, you have learned about the different periods of Indian history, about the Vasco da Gama, the Battle of Plassey, the Battle of Buxar, about the Subsidiary Alliance, Doctrine of Lapse, the Revolt of 1857. Now I am going to explain about the formation of Indian National Congress. The following factors led to the formation of the Indian National Congress in 1885. Failure of the First War of Independence or the Revolt of 1857 did not bring down the spirit of freedom among the people of India. Leaders of various walks of life started analyzing the reasons for the failure. Social reformers of those days, like Rajaram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Dayanand Saraswati, Swami Vivekananda, Sri Syed Ahmad Khan, and many others started educating people about the social evils prevailing in India at that time, such as the evils of sati, casteism, and child marriage. The effort of these leaders enhanced the spirit of freedom in the Indian mass. People realized that they have to unite and fight against the British. This led to the foundation of the Indian National Congress. The Indian National Congress was formed on December 28, 1885. Alan Octavian, who a retired officer of the British government. INC or Indian National Congress was first political party and people from various backgrounds joined it. The first session of the Congress was held in Bombay. Now it is called as what, children? Mumbai. On December 28, 1885. In this picture you can see, no, that one, the picture of the thing. The first Indian National Congress 1885. The INC was formed to draw the attention of the British government to the problems faced by the Indians. The period of the first 20 years, 1885 to 1905, of the Congress is called early nationalist phase or moderate phase. In this phrase, leaders such as Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Surendranath Banerjee, and Dadabhai Naoroji, they believed in achieving freedom in a peaceful way without any sort of violence. They wanted the freedom with the what? In peaceful way without any violence. To seek acceptance of their demands by the British government. But all that was ignored by the British. The British people, they were ignoring whatever they used to ask, they used to ignoring, they were not accepting anything from them. The younger members of the Congress and the older members disagreed with one another over the methods to bring about reforms. Some young members started the assertive nationalist phrase, or it is called as what? Extremes. The older was what is the children? It is called as what? Early nationalist phrase or moderate phrase. The younger members they started, no, that is called as what? Assertive nationalist phrase, or it is called extremist. And it was in the 1905.
and Bipin Chandra Pal.
Leaders such as Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Rajpat Rai wanted immediate action on their demands. They wanted the immediate action about their demands from the British people. Even they called as what? Lal, Pal and Bal. Lal, Bal and Pal. You can see in this picture, no? Tilak wanted the common people to become a part of the movement, as he felt that nothing would happen without them. Because everyone wanted to, Bal Gangadhar Tilak wanted everyone to join the protest. Without them, it is not possible. Bal Gangadhar Tilak declared, Swaraj is my birthright and I will have it. He used his newspaper Kesari. Bal Gangadhar, he started the newspaper. That newspaper name was Kesari. In this newspaper, he started criticizing the government policies. Tilak was arrested many times because of his criticism of the government policies. Next, I am going to explain about the partition of Bengal. Partition of Bengal. The nationalist movement in Bengal was very strong. Bengal was then the largest province of British India, which included Bihar and parts of Odisha. In 1905, Lord Curzon divided Bengal into two territories. In East Bengal, Muslims were living, they were majority people, and Hindu majority were living in West Bengal. See, migration of Hindus and Muslims during the partition. The people and the national leaders realized that this was the divide and rule policy of the British government. If they do the divide and rule policy among the people only, there will be no unity among them. So it is very easy to rule over the India. Thousands of people protested against the partition. Because of this massive protest, the British were forced to unite the two parts in 1911. But it had already created a divide between the two communities. The Muslim League was formed in December 1906 under the leadership of Nawab Salimullah Khan. In Dhaka, Aga Khan joined it soon after, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah joined the Muslim League in 1913. After that, what happened now, children? The Swadeshi movement started. You can see the migration of Hindus and Muslims during partition. Next is the Swadeshi movement. This was one of the most important part of the protest, the launching of the Swadeshi and boycott movements in Bengal in 1905. It had a simple formula. They had a simple formula that British-made goods were boycotted and people were asked to buy Indian-made or Swadeshi goods instead of buying the British-made goods. It led to the establishment of textiles mills, banks, soap factories, and pen factories also. British-made goods were thrown into bonfires. Students and women joined the movement in a large numbers. Schools were established where the traditional education system was followed. The movement spread to other parts of India. British soldiers attacked the crowd. Now, because all the parts of India, the movement was spread and the British attacked the crowd, hit them with the lathis and bullets and put them into the jail. Also, but it did not deter them. The British suffered huge losses and had to take back the law, which was the partition of the Bengal. Finally, the British agreed to bring in some reforms, but soon after the First World War broke out in 1914. First World War took in when 1914. Broke out in 1914. The British asked the Indians to help them fight the war. The Indians helped, thinking that the British should make changes after the war. War ended in 1918 and gave them their freedom, but instead the British passed stricter laws such as the Ro- Rowlatt Act. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of Rowlatt Act means? It was passed in 1990. Even it is called as what? Black Act also. The act empowered the government to put the people in jail without any trail. Understood? They can put the people without telling them, they can arrest and put them in the jail only. This is called as what? Rowlatt Act. To strengthen their control over India. Okay, children. Hope you understood about this chapter. Thank you.